Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Welcome to our new short series called Road to Hajj. Road to Hajj is not meant to be a comprehensive Hajj guide. The aim is just to provide a simple overview of the different ways to do Hajj or the different types of Hajj and what would the Hujjaj, the pilgrims, do on a day-to-day basis during the Hajj days. Let's get on to it. There are three different ways to perform Hajj, or three different types of Hajj. They all came from the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Rasul sallallahu alaihi wasallam in the Sirah is documented to perform one Hajj. Of course, it is safe to assume that Rasul sallallahu alaihi wasallam, being born and bred in Mecca and lived most of his life in Mecca, he would have done more than one Hajj. Most people in Mecca would perform Hajj every single year up until recently. So Rasulullah would probably have joined everyone else and performed Hajj. But the one that is documented in the Sirah is the one that he performed on the 10th year of Hijrah, on his last year on earth. So this is why it is called also the farewell Hajj. From this farewell Hajj, Rasulullah performed one type of performing Hajj. But the companions, some of them came at different times, some of them came from different places, and the Prophet would tell them to do this and that different ways, and from that we get the three different types of Hajj. The first type of Hajj is called Hajj Ifrat. Ifrat means solitary. This is to don the ihram or to enter into the state of ihram with the intention of performing only Hajj. So you go and you go to Mecca already in the state of ihram with the intention to perform Hajj, and you do only Hajj. If you want to perform Umrah, you wait until you have completed your Hajj, and then you go to the border of the Haram land and you enter into the state of ihram again for Umrah, and then you perform your Umrah. This is Ifrat. The second type of Hajj is called Tamattu. Hajj Tamattu. Tamattu means enjoyment. Enjoyment. So this is to enjoy something. What does it mean that you're enjoying something? This means that you enter into Mecca with the state of Ihram, intention for Umrah. After you've completed your Umrah, you get out of Ihram. Those few days, you will be a civilian, a non-muhrim, someone that is not restricted by the restrictions of Ihram. That means life gets back to normal until you start the day of Hajj works. You get back into Ihram while you are in Makkah. This is called Tamattu. Come in, Umrah, normal days, back to Hajj. So two different Ihram, two different Ibadah, Umrah and Hajj. The third way is called Qiran. Qiran is where it means to combine. So you enter Mecca with the state of Ihram, intention for Umrah and Hajj. So you enter, you do Umrah, and then you remain in the state of Ihram until you complete your Hajj works. All right, so now let's look at it practically. How would a person coming from Australia perform either Hajj Ifrat, Tamattu, or Qiran? If you are coming from Australia, 99% of you will be performing Tamattu. Some people may want to do Ifrat or Qiran, but most people would be doing Tamattu. But for the sake of this video, let's look at what would you do if you're going to perform Ifrat. So you're coming from Australia, you will either transit at Dubai or Doha, and then from there, you will change into your ihram. You will not intend for ihram yet, just change your garments if you're a man, and then from there you will fly into Jeddah. Let's say about 30 minutes or so before Jeddah, or maybe 40 minutes before Jeddah, the pilot will announce that we are about to cross the miqat, the border. So you enter the state of ihram. You will intend for the ihram of Hajj. Now, assuming this is the first of Dhul Hijjah, just for sake of ease of dates, the first of Dhul Hijjah. Eid al-Adha is on the 10th of Dhul Hijjah, Arafah is on the 9th of Dhul Hijjah. So you are 8 days before Arafah. So you enter Makkah, you land in Jeddah, and then you go to Makkah. You go to Makkah, you perform Tawaf Qudum, the welcoming Tawaf. and that is all. You remain in the state of ihram until you finish your Hajj works. That means you're going to be in ihram on the this is the first. You're going to be in ihram on the second, third, fourth, fifth, seventh, eighth, ninth, and 10th. The dress wise, at least the major ihram, major and minor ihram. You're going to remain there until you complete your Hajj works. The restrictions of ihram will apply. That means no perfume for men, no stitched clothing, no combing of hair, no trimming of hair or clipping of nails and so on, no getting married, being intimate, being romantic with your spouse and so on. So the period of being in the state of ihram will be quite long. You could also do tawaf qudum and then do the sa'i of Hajj. We will talk about sa'i in a later video. All right, that's Hajj Ifrad. So if you are doing Hajj Ifrad now, you will be in the state of ihram already. Now let's assume now you're doing Hajj Tamattu. Same journey, coming out of Perth. You will transit at either Dubai or Doha, change your clothes, and then from there you get to Jeddah. About 40 minutes before landing or so in Jeddah, the pilot will announce that you need to enter into the state of ihram. You intend for Umrah. You intend for Umrah, and when you enter Mecca, you will do Umrah. What will you do? You will do the tawaf, 7 rounds around the Kaaba, and then you will do sa'i, and then you would trim your hair. You would trim your hair, and now you are out of ihram. First of the Hijjah. The remaining days, you will be normal. You will not be in the state of ihram. You will just be dressed normally. None of the restrictions of ihram applies to you. So this is why it's called tamattu. And then on the 8th or the 9th, 8th is sunnah, 9th is wajib. So either the 8th or the 9th, you enter into the state of ihram again. All right, so between the 1st and the 8th or the 9th, you are free. You're not a muhrim. You're not bound by the restrictions of ihram. All right, now what about qiran? Qiran, the combined one. Again, same journey from Perth to Dubai or Doha, change into ihram clothing, not the intention yet, just ihram clothing. And then as you're about to land to Jeddah, the pilot will announce, entering miqat, you enter into the state of ihram. This is when all the restrictions of ihram will start to apply to you. When you enter Makkah, you will do tawaf qudum like the person doing ifrad. You do the welcoming tawaf. You can do the sa'i or you can choose not to do the sa'i. It doesn't matter. The intention when you ihram at miqat is umrah and hajj. I intend to do umrah and hajj. Labbaik al-umrah wal-hajj. So the intention is both. The act is the same. You do tawaf, qudum. You can do sa'i or you can just do tawaf. And you remain in the state of ihram like the person doing ifrad until you finish your hajj works. All right, so those are the 3 practical differences when it comes to ifrad, tamattu, and qiran. When it comes to the actual hajj works, there's no difference. It's just the earlier part, how long you stay in the state of ihram, and then your umrah, and whether you do umrah or you don't do umrah, and so on. All right. Now, what about which of these? All right. Now, which of these 3 hajj is more rewarding? Afdal, which is the better way to perform hajj? Our scholars differ. If you look at the Hanafis, the Ahnaf, they opine that Qiran is the best hajj. Why? Because this is the hajj that Rasul sallallahu alaihi wasallam performed. Rasulullah entered Mecca with the intention of Umrah and Hajj. He did Qiran. All right. So that's why I say that this is the Hajj of the Prophet. Therefore, this is the best. The Hanbali, the Hanabila, they opine that Tamattu is the best. Why is Tamattu the best? Because Rasul sallallahu alaihi wasallam told the companions some of them, that they did not enter into the state of intention of ihram with the Prophet. They said he told the companions to do tamattu. And he said, if I knew what I know now, I would have done tamattu. That means he encouraged Hajj tamattu. So the Hanabila say that tamattu is the best Hajj. It's the easiest Hajj and also the most rewarding. The Maliki and the Shafi'i, they opine that Ifrat is the best Hajj. Why? Because Ifrat has more works and longer days in the state of Ihram. You've got two Ihram, one for Hajj and one for Umrah. Umrah is optional, but you've got one Ihram only for Hajj. It's dedicated, it's focused, and you will be in Ihram for longer days. Therefore, the more work you do, the more effort you put in, the more rewarding it is. And Ifrat is also the only Hajj that you're doing without any infringements. That means there is no penalty of doing Ifrat. If you're doing Tamattu, you have to pay the penalty of one sheep. If you're doing Qiran, there's also a penalty of one sheep for intending of ihram in Makkah and so on. So there are infringements. It's not a sin. It's not haram. It's not a sin at all. But you just have to pay the penalty for doing Qiran or Tamattu. The only Hajj that doesn't have any penalty is Ifrat, and therefore the Maliki and the Shafi'i said that this is the best Hajj that you can do. All right, in the next episode, we'll look into what would the Hujjaj do next after they have done their Tawaf Qudum, their welcoming Tawaf, or they have done their Umrah if they're doing Tamattu. See you in the next video, inshallah.